Hello, and welcome to another Olde Battle Reps 40k report. We've got a special one today. The forces of chaos have descended upon this Martian imperial world to fight for nothing other, Jack, than honour. There's nothing here, clearly, it's a ruin. Magnus and Mortarion are settling some differences, and they've brought their most faithful with them.
I think I've heard about these people. There's stuff all over the internet about them.
So we're playing a 3,000 point cleanse and capture game. That's 6 objective markers, and you get 3 mission objectives a turn every turn. And the objective markers go 1, 2, 3 is over there, 4 is underneath here, 5 in that deployment zone, and 6 is all the way over here. This one's slightly closer than 6 inches to the edge of the board because we're using our Moonbase Cassius board. It's slightly smaller than a normal 6x4, so we're bending some rules. Deployment will be 10 inches on Dawn of War rather than 12 inches to account for the gap at either end. Objective markers could be placed within 5 inches of the board rather than 6. Apart from that, we'll show you the armies and move on to deployment. Okay, so in my army I've got obviously Mortarion leading the way in the middle. He's my warlord as well. I can't remember what spells he's got, they'll come up as we cast them. Got a Malignant Plague Caster, and I couldn't find my Typhus model unfortunately, so this guy is Typhus. I could spend ages trying to find him, I can't bother. So, yeah, there's my 2 HQ for my Death Guard battalion, and obviously my Super Heavy Auxiliary. Troops, I've got 16 cultists, 7 with autoguns, 7 with brutal hand weapons and pistols, a champion with a brutal hand weapon and pistol, who's this guy here, and a flamer. I've got 5 Lightning Terminators. They are Wizardwig, which is amazing. Got Flail of Corruption. The champion's got a Combi Flamer and an axe. I've got a Plague Spewer and an axe, Combi Bolter and an axe, and a Combi Plasma and a sword. 7 Plague Marines. They're also Wizardwig. They're all bolt guns, plague knives, including the champion, which is the guy at the front. And I've got a Plasma there and a Blight Launcher. 15 Poxwalkers. They're obviously going to be hanging out near Typhus to try and boost hopefully some dead cultists into Poxwalkers. I've got a Mythic Blight Hauler. Mythic, I thought it was. Mythic. This thing, which you never see anywhere, but I'm hoping is going to do stuff. I've got a Bloat Drone with 2 Plague Spitters. I've got a Land Raider with 2 twin las cannons, and I think he's got a Havoc Launcher. Can't remember what it's got. He's got Combi Belter. Can't remember what it's got. Sorry. Then my Defiler, which is obviously being stood in by a Soul Grinder, because I still don't like the Defiler model, so that's my Defiler. He's got a autocannon. He's got everything you can have. He's got Combi Belter, a Battle Cannon, Defiler Scourge, and repeat autocannon. He's quite well armed. And coming over to my Demon Battalion, my Nurgle Demon Battalion, I've got a Great Unclean One. So this isn't Scabathrax. As you've seen in previous battles, I use him as just a normal Great Unclean One now because he's now the right size. He's got a sword and a flail. And again, I can't remember all the spells for the ones that got spells, but again, they'll come up as we go along. My other HQ is a Poxbringer. Again, he's got a spell, I don't know what it is. 2 units of 10 Plague Bearers. Apologies for the square bases on these guys. That's obviously a fantasy relic, and I can't be asked to change it. As you'll notice in the rest of the army, there's very little painting that's happened. So I can't be bothered to spend time putting circular bases on these guys when I could be painting these guys. I've got 3 bases of Nurglings. A few new models coming up. I've got Heticulous Slimux. I don't know if he's any good or not. I just like the model a lot. Great fun. And then I've got 3 Plague Toad models, but I'm using them today as Beasts of Nurgle. I could have used them as Plague Toads, but I wanted to use them as Beasts because they obviously benefit from Horticulus. And then I've got my 3 drones. Plague drones? Plague drones. They've got a icon but not a bell, and both these units have an icon but not a bell, and both obviously have a champion. And that is 3,000 points of Nurgle. I knocked the model behind me.
Okay, so here is my 3,000 points of 1,000 Suns and Tzeentch Demons. Got 1,000 Suns battalion. I'll just go left to right. I've got 27 Zangors, 3 Skyfires. I think they're just called Zangor Enlightened in 1,000 Suns Codex, and it's in Age of Sigmar they're called Skyfires, but they've got bows. A Zangor Shaman, 2 Demon Princes, 8 Scarab Occult Terminators, 5 Rubric Marines, another 5 Rubric Marines. I know you can't have the big gun on them if there's only 5, so he's just going to be the sorcerer in that unit. A Hellbrute as Wizzywig with missiles and lascannon, twin lascannon. Ahriman, Magnus, a Mutalith Vortex Beast, and that's roughly about 2,000 points. I think it's a bit more in that battalion. And I've got a Tzeentch Demon battalion, which I'm borrowing off Dan.
Which is why they are painted.
Yeah, basically. So we've got a Changecaster, 3 Flamers. The little horrors that I've sprayed blue are actually blue horrors.
And they're on circular bases.
And they're on circular bases. And then we've got some bigger horrors that are like darker blue and some unpainted ones. Those are all pink horrors. There's 2 units of 10 there. Lord of Change and a Burning Chariot. And that's 3,000 points. Oh, and as with Dan, I spent ages picking out the spells. I can't remember what they've all got, so we'll just find out.
Not so many.
So many. We'll just find out as they go along.
So we are deployed. I've got Plague Drones, Defiler, I've got a clean one. Plague Bearers, Poxwalker Cultists. My Nurglings are forward, doing big mischief makers. Beasts, Land Raider. Inside the Land Raider are 7 Plague Bearers and the Malignant Plague Caster. Got the Blight Hauler, Mortarian, the Drone, and Poxwalkers. In Deep Strike Reserve, I've got Terminators, Typhus, and I paid for a unit of Plague Bearers. Jacksai's got some Marines and a Demon Prince.
Blue horrors behind.
Blue horrors are behind there. Pink horrors, Hellboot, Magnus, Marines, Lord of Change, some other fly dudes.
Ahriman at the back.
Yeah, he's a fly dude.
Alright.
Horrors, Beast, Scepter down there. Let's just bash the camera on the terrain. And in Deep Strike Reserve, you've got the Terminators, and you've paid for both the Flamers and the Sangors to be in Deep Strike Reserve as well. So Nurgle won the roll-off and Jack couldn't seize, and these are my first 3 objectives. Psychological Warfare, make him fail a break test, morale test. Spread Contagion, which I think is a Death Guard specific one, which is rubbish, and I will almost certainly discard, because it means I've got to hold on to it all bloody game. And Defend 4, which my Nurglings are currently holding there. So this is how I moved. Everything's kind of moved up basically, apart from the Defiler stood still. Strung out these Poxwalkers a bit to prevent any deep striking shenanigans later. It's on to Psychic Phase. So we're coming at the end of the Nurgle turn 1, mainly because it was fairly uneventful really, so we decided not to film bits in between. Psychic Phase, got most of the powers off, but you successfully...
I unbound your -1 to hit on Magnet.
Yeah, which was the only one actually, because he only had one he could cast. So basically I got a couple of smites off, 2 wounds on the Nuclear Vortex Beast and 3 wounds off the Hell Brute. Shooting Phase, I fired pretty much everything at Magnus, taking 5 wounds off him because my rolling was terrible.
6 wounds you did?
6 wounds, I did 1 wound with something else, didn't I? 6 wounds off Magnus, and I killed 2 horrors. That's it. Fair, you were quite well you're saving.
Yeah, and you were unlucky on a lot of hits.
Unlucky
one
on-
at one point.
Yeah, well, lucky with quite a lot of hits. Yeah, I rolled a 1 to hit, even with a reroll, I rolled a 1 again. But you know, turn 1's not exactly be on the end all. So it looks like this. Over to Tzich. Turn 1. These are Jack's objectives beginning of turn 1. Defend 2, defend 1, and secure 3. It's take ground for the 1,000 Suns. So end of Tzich, I should say, rather than 1,000 Suns movement phase. Everyone's kind of moved up pretty much, apart from the horrors back here. Everyone seems to be coming this way. I can't think why they're coming this way, Jack. Why are you coming this way for, Jack?
Oh, I just randomised it.
You randomised it. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. I thought you picked the enemy at random, didn't you, Jack? At random. Yeah?
Could be any model and it hadn't been.
Any model. Any model. Happens
It's
to be.
almost that guy.
Yeah, it's almost he's falling over already. Okay, that was a very long psychic phase. We decided not to film all of it. Oh, so I apologise in advance for possibly a slightly wobbly camera. We're not using that very much because I can't find the other battery for the camera when the battery's low, so I'm having to constantly take the battery out to recharge it in between filming.
Annoying to keep on screwing
Basically, just loads of spells went off. What it's ended up with is he suffered 3 wounds from smiting. Mortarion suffered 3 wounds. Weaver of Fate is on Magnus, which gives him +1 to his vulnerable save.
Warp timed up to there.
He's got warp timed up to there as well.
This day, a magical life lesson comes to you.
Prescience is on these guys. Some other smites went off. He suffered 1 wound because of smite. They suffered a wound from smite, and this guy's got diabolical strength. I did actually quite do well. I did quite well at denying.
Yes. Very well.
He denied something.
Big deny. Big.
He did big.
deny.
Yeah, he denied Death Hex.
Yeah. Death Hex on
Mortarion. He's just almost exactly 24 inches away from Magnus, which is just
I
brilliant.
just rolled crap and you rolled like an 11.
I did roll an 11, yeah.
I think command pointed it.
I did command point it, yeah. And you command pointed it because you got 3.
I command pointed it because I didn't even cast it in the first
Yeah.
thing,
And just about got it as well.
Yeah. So relieved to get it, and then
And I
I could have
denied
moved
it.
him like further over there or something. Oh no, it'd be too close to them.
Yeah, so I denied it as well. So yeah, it's looking interesting over here. On to shooting phase. So far the Nuclear Vortex Beast has done a wound on that. And I'm just going to film the shooting against Mortarion because it's kind of fun. So first one is the Chariot. It's doing his D3 shots against Mortarion. How many shots do you get? Oh no, 3 shots.
Heavy
isn't it?
3.
3 shots.
Yeah, heavy 3.
Hitting on 3s.
Good start.
3 hits.
It's strength, use +4, so it's strength 9.
So winning on 3s. 2 wounds. 2 4+ saves.
You shouldn't have.
Saved 1 damage.
D3.
D3
damage.
2. 2 to resilience. Take 2 more wounds down to 13. That's it. So next is the Enlightened. We'll stop calling them Skyfires.
Yeah.
It's actually Enlightened.
The Enlightened, with Fate Caster Great Bows.
What a stupid Gears Workshop name. Fate Caster Great Bow. Let's just go for our double noun.
So yeah, they're still out there, aren't they? Each time you make a hit roll of 6+ for this model, it's a wound. And they got +2 to hit.
+1 for him.
And then prescience.
+1 passion. Cool.
Yeah,
so
so
4s.
any 4s is a wound.
Cool.
That -1.
In addition.
Yeah, and then they get to. Yeah, not in addition, because that just becomes a wound.
Okay, yes, do not make a wound roll.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So 6 shots to them. And then 2s.
So that's 2 wounds.
And your world miss. Oh no, that hits. 1's always miss.
Okay, because they hit on. Yeah, that'll miss. That'll be a hit, and then that'll be
So
strength 5. So it'll be 5s to
5 to
wound.
wound on that one.
3 wounds.
These
Pretty
are
good.
4 up vulnerable saves on these because they're minus
Yeah,
1.
did 1 damage as well.
So
another
1.
wound. And
So 1 wound suffered.
Yep.
Okay, next thing firing at Mortarion is the Helmet. It's quite scary. All D6 wounds.
all the 6 wounds, yeah. But it moved.
It moves, so
Yeah,
you're hitting on
it
5s.
4s.
Oh, 4s.
Yeah.
Better than mine.
Oh yeah. Is it really?
I think so. So 4s.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 + 2
Yeah, 3's to wound.
wound. I might command point that one. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
command point it.
3 wounds.
Take the command point away. I'll forget.
Okay, 3 invulnerable saves. I'm going to command point reroll one of those.
Was it triple?
I still don't say. I will triple 1. Oh, God. 3d6 wounds on Mortarion.
Do I get your command point? No.
Nope. 3d6 damage on Mortarion.
Wow.
This is not fun. Got 12 wounds left. And then he's got a Magnus charging in. 666. Oh god, 13 wounds. I need some
Do you
more
want
dice.
to pause it while we... They're rolling disgusting and resilient. 13 wounds on Mortarion.
Mortarion. He saves 3.
Oh my god.
He still has 10 wounds. 3, 6, 9, 10. He's got 2 wounds left.
Okay. Magnus is not quite so worried about killing him now.
So next thing firing at Mortarion is these 5 Rubik Marines. Ways to hit. So 4 hits.
Oops, sorry.
5s to wound. Oh god, 3
wounds.
wounds.
Oh god.
3 saves, yeah.
Ah.
End of charge phase. Magnus obviously got in, no problem. This guy got in, suffered 4 wounds on Overwatch. Lord of Change charged Land Raider, took 3 last cannon hits, got 3 6s, 3 wounds, saved 2 of them, the bastard. Suffered 3 wounds.
Got a double 6 to get in on it as well.
Yeah, and then the Demon Prince over there got in on the Plague drones, no problem. Right, time to kill Mortarion, I guess. So here we have a predictable Mortarion-shaped hole.
Yeah.
Magnus just destroyed him really easily.
Report that to the National Trust, mate.
Did do 2 wounds to Magnus, I think, when he blew up, or 1 wound to Magnus when he blew
Did a
up.
wound to him, he had
And a
12.
wound to this guy as well, who's destroyed the affected bloke drone. Lord of Change managed to do 6 wounds on the Land Raider, and this Demon Prince has virtually killed this unit as well. So I've suffered quite a lot in combat.
First
Oh,
turn combat.
it's a bit crazy, yeah. Jack secured 1, secured 3, which is here. Got Slay the Warlord, because we're tired of the Warlords.
And first blood.
And First Blood. And I got Defend 4, which is there, so we're on 3-2 at the moment. It's on to my turn. So beginning of my turn, I've got Secure 6, Secure 5, which are both doable. And I've got Psychological Warfare still. So I've done my movement phase, everyone's kind of moved up really. Well, I'm with my cultists, I might move them actually. I'll do that in a second. They've jumped out, Land Raiders also moved back. Moved up, round. Typhus is coming over here. Terminator's in there. I haven't brought the Plague Bearers on yet, I'm saving them for a minute. I should probably move these guys as well actually, because if you see the point, they're all just going to die in a minute. So yeah, just there we go. I'm going to move my cultists, I haven't moved them yet. That's what it looks like. So come back at the end of Nurgle's shooting phase. Psychic phase was very disappointing. I either failed everything or he denied the one power I did get off with a lot of change. Shooting was equally disappointing. Did a fair few wounds against him, mainly with these 2 units. Everything else pretty much missed or didn't wound. I think he did 5 wounds actually, thinking about it, because I've got D6 wounds, I did 5 I think, so he did quite a few wounds. He did alright actually. Everything else didn't do particularly well. Everything over here, he missed with everything, or didn't wounds. Terminators managed to kill 1 pink horror, well done guys, you were useful. And it's looking pretty disappointing. Hopefully I'll take a lot of change out this time. That should happen, but yeah, it's not looking great. Charge phase, Typhus got in on these guys, which is pretty good. But Clean One got in on the pink horrors, hopefully he'll murder a lot of them and get me Psychological Warfare. And all of the beasts of Nurgle, and I charge this guy in as well, probably a mistake, but I want to kill this guy quite badly. So end of a disappointing Nurgle turn. Killed 6 pig horrors altogether, and Jack used insane bravery to make sure they didn't flee. Typhus managed to kill 3 Rubik Marines, which is pretty good. That unit's pretty nerfed now. Very disappointing over here. The beast got a lot of attacks. It's got 12 attacks.
Yeah,
hit with 4, I think. Didn't wound with any. And then the Mythic Blighthole didn't do anything either. So it's just still there on 2 wounds, and now I've got this lot here. I'm about to charge through all over this bit, so it's not looking great to be quite honest. But I do get secure objective 4, so 5. I do get secure objective 4, so I get 2 points. Yeah, and I'm going to hang on to Psychological Warfare, I think.
Up to 4.
No, I'm going to discard Psychological Warfare, so I'm up to 5. No, 4. 4 points.
Yeah.
So the beginning of each turn 2. Jack got Secure 2, Secure 1 and Supremacy. So fairly easy objectives to achieve.
Yeah.
2's there. 1 he already holds, and if he takes 2 he'll have 3. Then a lengthy movement phase, which is to be expected with a lot of stuff to do. Terminators jumped in here. Flamers jumped in there, and look at this. This big mass of Sangor piled in over here. And everything else kind of moved around a bit. He obviously retreated out of combat.
Currently got 6 now, so.
The psychic phase.
I shall smite them.
Psychic phase is over. Not particularly overwhelming this time. Killed a couple of poxwalkers. I did you failed quite a lot, and I managed to deny quite a lot, which is pretty good.
Araman and the keepers
he'll
change.
Magnus got all of his off, which is fine. They're all basically just buffing himself. Araman perilled, did a reroll, still perilled, suffered a wound. I dispelled. I think most ones I tried to deny I did. Got a couple of smites up on this guy, one off on Typhus. He's got Gaze of Fate. Diabolical Strength over there.
Not
And a
really
smite.
need it to be wall wound or that kind of
But yeah, not overly exciting really. Yeah. End of shooting phase. We're not filming these because they're not particularly exciting. Chipped off a fair few wounds off this guy. He's now on 7. Almost everything fired at him. This guy fired twice with, what's it called? Hell Frenzy or something?
Fire Frenzy, I think.
Fire Frenzy. Only did 2 wounds, I think, in the end.
Yeah, well, he got 4 wounds through, but you made 3 saves.
I did make 3 saves. And then I made some disgusting resilient as well.
Yeah.
And took 3 wounds off the Mythic Blighthold. I think that was it.
I only took 1 wound off the Blighthold with the Flamers.
1 wound with a flamer, that was it, yeah. So charges went very well for Jack. Sangors managed to get in on Terminators, well, a few of them anyway. So like Terminators got in on this guy after a double reroll for doing Gaze of Fate and the command reroll. They got went from double 1 to double 6. Magnus obviously got in there, no problem, and the Mutant Vortex Beast and Demon Prince got in on the Poxwalkers. End of combat phase. So some predictable things like Demon Prince murdered this guy, no problem. Magnus destroyed the Land Raider, no problem. Around here was a bit funny though.
Severely underestimated both of these units.
Didn't do a single wound on the Grand Clean when I killed 3 Terminators in return.
Veterans of the Long War then.
Veterans Long War still. I did good saving.
Yeah.
To be fair. Over here, Sangor only did 1 wound on the Terminators.
I got a little bit of a tragedy on my hands. Yeah.
And they did. Oh, you got a psychic test for them. Oh,
Morale test, yeah.
I will do it in a second. And they killed 8 in return.
Interrupted.
Lots of Poxwalkers died. Don't really care. Did no wounds on the Midland Vortex Beast in return. So we've got 1 morale test here to do. And technically 1. No, not 1 there. 1 morale test there. 5 more. Sangor fled. Jack achieved all 3 of his objectives and rolled a 1 for the D3, so he's cut you at 8 points, and I'm on 4, I think.
4.
Death Guard turn 3. I pulled out Death March, which is going to be, I can't achieve this turn. Blood and Guts, kill something in the fight phase. Hopefully I can do that. And secure objective 2, which is going to be difficult. Shooting and Psychic. Psychic was fairly predictable, not great really, because you just denied most of it. I got a spell off on these guys, kill the Terminator. Got Miasma Pestilence off on Plague Marines, and which means they
Might want to be hit.
mustn't be hit, and that caused a wound on Magnus as well. That's it really. I don't know if I've done movement phase yet. People moved. Some people. Plague Bears came in over there at the end. Shooting, did a wound on this guy. Took 5 wounds off Magnus, which I'm pretty pleased about. But not a lot of shooting left because lots of stuff is locked up in combat. So kind of stuck really. Time for some charges. End of the fight phase. So this guy took no wounds and killed, I think, 2 Terminators or 3 Terminators. So 2 Terminators left.
Yeah.
I was so close to getting D3 points of Blood and Guts. Typhus killed this guy easily. Horticulous Slimux charged around here and finished off this Demon Prince, which was kind of cool. Beasts failed miserably again. That 1 wound is down to 1 because we forgot if you fall back out of combat with a beast on a 4+ you suffer a mortal wound. We reset doing that. Defiler took this guy down to 1 wound and suffered 4 in return, so that's going quite well. And these guys have killed a lot of Sangor.
Yeah, that's like the mismatch of the century.
Yeah, so they killed a lot of Sangor, which is kind of fun. So we're in 1,000 tons turn 3. So Magnus has moved in to sort of a good vantage point here. Jack's picking on individuals here, really, aren't you? These guys have moved over to try and take out Horticulous. These guys are moving around try and take out, get a clean one, you know, try and take out key people really. If you can kill Horticulus, get a clean one, and the Defiler, it's pretty much game over really, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what you can do. So end of Psychic phase, successful but not very aggressive. So we've got a Gaze of Fate off, a Flickering Flames off, a Weaver of Fate off, he healed himself, Warp Timed over here, he failed both his spells. A lot of these smitings actually failed, but you have ended up causing 4 wounds on this guy, and you've got a Prescience off on this guy, so he's probably screwed. That's kind of it really. Did a wound on Horticulus Slimebugs. Oh, he did a Perils and he spelled twice this game.
Yeah.
Shooting phase. There's a big Great and Clean one shaped hole right here.
Just the flames though, wasn't it?
Just the flamers, yeah.
Today I learned that I'm a pimp and a cool.
Mythic Blight Haulers been killed by the Hellboot, and you killed 5 Plague Bearers. That's pretty much it, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. It's very depleted, the Death Guard are now. The end of Thousand Suns combat phase, very predictable. Well, not really.
Really what now?
Predictable,
Yeah,
which I like saying a lot. Sangles didn't do any damage, lost 2 in return. Magnus easily finished off the Defiler. He's just been going around killing big things, isn't he?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's his job.
And then over here, Poxwalkers mainly just died, 1 left. And finally, the Beasts got a good rolls and killed the Lord of Change. So Jack is now on 10 points to 5 in turn 3, and I've got very few assets left, and it's 20 to 2 in the morning. So we're going to leave it there, judging by the fact that it's very, very difficult for me to win this game now, no matter what objectives I get, given that Magnus is still on the board on 10 wounds. I've lost Mortarion, I've lost my Great and Clean one, I've lost Defiler, I've lost Land Raider, I've lost everything that can really do much in the way of damage, apart from some Terminators and Typhus, but they're stuck. They're stuck pretty much over here. I mean, Typhus will probably come around here and murder these 2 or get rid of them or something, and they'll finish off them. I'll kill a few more bits, basically, bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't 22, I'd probably say play another turn, but it's 22 in the morning, so we'll leave it there, and I've conceded the win to Jack. I think 2 things, really. I think probably being a bit too bold with Mortari in turn 1. I should have left him behind a little bit.
Brought him up there, so I'm going to get him now.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, I expected him to just last longer, really. I mean, I didn't really go die that quickly. I think I underestimated just the amount of psychic powers that you have.
I underestimated it.
Yeah, it took you a long time to cast spells, but basically it was just the amount of damage you could just put out.
Yeah.
Coupled with, I hate to say it, but a lot of bad rolling on my half.
Oh, God.
Like, the Lord Change had died about 3 times.
Yeah.
Magnus should probably be dead, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I didn't have particularly amazing rolling or bad rolling, but
yours was quite average, and mine was definitely bad.
A lot of like double ones to hit.
I mean, Mortarion barely saved anything.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't. I don't think he failed most of his invaluable saves he had to make, and didn't save almost none of his disgusting his either. So he just didn't save anything. He was a bit useless, to be quite honest.
And it was just all in that vein from there on.
It was pretty much, yeah. I mean, the only ones really on my side that kind of performed well at all were the Terminators.
Yeah.
Who have ploughed through 24 Sangul by himself, I think, which is quite impressive.
Yeah.
The Great and Clean one did it right. I mean, he's lasted quite a long time. He killed quite a lot. He didn't finish everyone off, unfortunately, because he's never got the opportunity. But he kind of did all right. Back here, these guys all did fine. The cultists kind of hung around here. The Plague Marines did damage and did what they needed to do. Those Plague Bearers did what they needed to do. It's just the big guys didn't do anything really. Mortarion didn't do anything. The Land Raider didn't do much. The Defiler didn't do very much. I think God consider whether the ball taking over Defiler again. They never really do. I like the models, I like the Soul Grinder, but whether it's really worth it. I think I'll take Plague Toads next time as well.
Yeah.
Rather than Beast. Horticulus was cool. Killed a Demon Prince. That was quite fun.
He was sort of hanging around the back, and then suddenly you remembered he was there.
Yeah, no, he's actually quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know really. I don't know what to do. Well, I think against the Thousand Suns and Demon list this big, it's hard to know how to combat that psychic ability. Well, apart from taking a lot of psychers yourself, to have a lot of deny rolls, basically.
With Lord of Change and Magnus, I've got 6 denies at +2.
Yeah, and
Which is
Iron Man
brutal.
at +1.
A +1, so you've got
Just
3
added
denies
to it as
plus
well.
one.
So that was quite tough. When I was trying out obviously new things I hadn't tried before, like the Beast and Horticulate Slimeworks, but yeah, don't know what I'd do differently. Possibly not take any cultists, take another unit of Plague Marines. But would they have done anything else? I don't know.
The only one thing I would do differently is not attack the bloody Terminators with Zangals.
Yeah,
Should have sent my Terminators after them.
yeah, it would have been more an even fight, I think.
And
My
the Zangals
Terminators
would be
are
better
tougher
against
than yours.
them. Yes.
But yeah,
Zangals would be
agreed.
better against the ground,
I think I would have aimed everything at Magnus,
yeah.
basically. I'd have been tempted to give you first turn to make you all come closer, because I wasn't too bothered about having first turn.
Problem is, if you get in first turn, it's the best chance to kill Magnus, so I don't have my 3+ in run.
Yeah, it's true,
Don't have the
because
minus one to hit.
I did get to fire all my last cannons at him.
Yeah.
I think you need. I kind of went for quite a combat heavy army, really, because
Yeah,
basically,
I'm not
no demons or no Nurgle demons are all combat. I had plague bearers. Who didn't even get into combat. They're the plague drones who just died to a demon prince.
Yeah.
The beasts who just slimed around in the middle, not doing very much. Yeah, it was fun though. Good to see what Magnus can do, which is a lot. I think next time we do 40k, we'll do a much smaller battle. I think.
Yeah, it just takes so long.
Yeah, I mean we've been at it like 6 hours.
Yeah, we don't know the armies, so didn't
Yeah.
spells or
Well, we keep playing with different armies.
anything.
So it doesn't help.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it. Just a couple of other things to add. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. There's a Facebook page to follow where there'll be pictures of this battle up and a bit of discussion, hopefully. And if you want to help support the channel, we've got a Patreon page as well, and there'll be a link to that in the description. And thanks to our sponsors. And thanks to our current patrons as well for your help. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.